the Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant. It's supposed to be a cleaner alternative to other energy sources that emit carbon. But unfortunately, while trying to be a cleaner alternative, it faces one major problem. The discharges from this plant are killing nearby marine ecosystems.
Information on the plant. The power plant is located at Avila Beach in San Luis Obispo, California. The nuclear plant was commissioned in 1985 and 1986 and is currently the last operational power plant in California. It powers 1.6 million homes through its two powerful 1100 megawatt reactors. It also supplies 17% of California's zero carbon electricity and 9% of the state's total energy. Every day, the plant takes in 2.5 billion gallons of water. This plant is the first in the world to utilize AI. This plant is pretty useful when it comes to being an energy source. Here are some statistics. It produces 8.6% of California's energy, 23% of carbon-free generation, it's zero carbon emission, it supports 1,500 jobs in the plant, and more indirectly, the tax revenue goes directly to San Luis Obispo County. It reduces the need for usage of foreign oils. It requires less land usage than solar or wind farms for the same amount of energy. It can operate 24/7 since it's not sun or wind dependent, and it has AI, which produces a lot of different potential. Though it has many positive effects, there are also two main issues with the current plant. First off, it's located less than 1 mile away from a major fault line and less than 3 miles away from another, which results in large problems if earthquakes occur. The other issue with the nuclear plant is that the cooling system utilizes ocean water and expels hot water and waste back into the ocean, which is 11 degrees Celsius hotter than the normal temperature of the ocean. This kills millions of fish, sea lions, turtles, and other marine species every year. This ocean usage for cooling also leads to fish and their eggs being sucked into the system, which causes damage to the cooling system.
Since one problem is the location of the plant, we have decided to move it. We decided to move the plant located near Grotto Rock, since this new location puts the plant about 3,300 feet further from the fault line than the original location. This would limit the amount of damage caused by an earthquake as the plant would be further from the fault lines. The plant overall should stay the same. The reactor and the building should be near the coastline. The substation will be in the mountain region. And what we knew is we will be adding a lake to for all the hot water to be expelled in. This lake should be able to hold up to 1.7 million gallons of water per minute every day, since the power plant expels 2.5 billion gallons of water each day. After the water is in the lake, it will be then filtered and cooled with a water cooler and filter system. After the water is cool enough for the ocean, it will then be expelled through the pipe and back into the ocean with little to no harm done to the marine ecosystems. Though this proposal can result in many positive changes, there are many drawbacks to it. For starters, there are many people who could try to veto this proposal since it requires the usage of different land and to keep the plant running. There are already active efforts to keep the plant from running called Mothers for Peace. The NRC, or the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, is in charge of commissioning the plants, and it can take up to 10 to 12 years for a license, which could take a lot more time than required. Um, they would probably also worry too much. People would also probably worry too much about the damages that may come from rearranging the land supporting the plant. The current security system seems fine, even though it's just basically a fence. It's a pretty much isolated place, so no one should really go there. The cost of the proposal is around 21.6 to 41.6 billion dollars, which is extremely expensive even for a power plant to keep running. There's not much ecological impacts other than creating a lake requires you to displace a lot of sand and requires a lot of materials. So that could be the only ecological impact. There isn't really much of a time constraint, but with public support dropping, they could lose the interest in keeping the plant running. The logistic challenge would be creating a lake for the water to be able to purify and cool down and for it to safely return to the ocean with no harmful effect. It's easier said than done. Land rights. There shouldn't be any land right problems because it's a isolated place, but there is an environmentalist camp and a trail running nearby the area, so that could cause some issues. But since trails are normally state funded and this plant should also be state funded, there should not be a big problem. It wouldn't really impact the Santa Barbara community, but in a major way since this mainly powers SLO community, but it could affect any radiation that goes into the water and comes down to the Santa Barbara area.
This plant is very important to the production of clean energy in California and highly beneficial to the local county. The current plan is to decommission the plant rather than improving it. Many would say it's for the better, but this plant, with the usage of AI, could pave the way for other plants to not harm the surrounding environment. The decommission date is set around the year 2030, but there could have been more uses with the AI. I believe that our proposal would benefit both the state and the environment, but without proper support, this proposal and the plant will both come to an end.
My name is Ashton. I just wanted to say that couldn't do the interview section for our video. We tried reaching out to UCSB kids, the people that work at the plant, the company that owns the plant called PGE. We tried reaching out to them. The UCSB kids unfortunately did not respond to the emails. The people at the plant did not pick up our calls or answer any of them. And the people at the company were offering cheap healthcare for anyone over 50, and we're not over 50. That being said, I feel like we overhyped our project, saying that it's gonna be the best thing. I think that it won't be the best project you'll ever see, but I hope it's memorable because me and Luke, we've tried hard and we had a lot of fun doing it, and we enjoy this project, and I hope you don't forget this project or us either. Thank you.